as well, so you can have that in your kitchen as well, because we have a Ramadan times on there also. So obviously work like this would not be possible without our sponsors, and it's key that we have some sponsors on board to help us with our projects. And one of the sponsors that's come on today for an interview is Sister Tara Wells, and she's part of the Rope Walk Beauty Clinic in Nottingham. Now, mashallah, although she has sponsored us for this calendar for the year 2020, but she's a regular contributor towards the work of Gremia, and she's really fond of Gremia, and mashallah, that's the kind of support that we need. It's not someone who just gives a one-off donation, but rather who's fully believes in the work of Gremia Institute and is a regular supporter, not just with the service, but also with the donations. They're very generous, and mashallah, Sister Tara is very generous with the donations towards our projects and the interfaith work that we do. So it's like I say, the Robot Beauty Clinic have sponsored us for the calendars for 2020, and we're really happy that we've got them on board. And she's also with me here today. So I'd just like to say, Salaam alaikum to Sister Tara. How are you today?
Walaikum salam. I'm very good. Thank you for inviting me into your show today.
No, not a problem. Always a pleasure. Now, obviously, just before we move on, I would just like to give a brief introduction to Sister Tara, so we are familiar with the work that she does. Oh, sorry. Actually, the speaker wasn't working there. So, Sister Tara, sorry about that. But hi, Salaam alaikum once again.
Walaikum salam.
Okay. So, before we move on to the interview in itself, I just wanted to give a brief introduction to Sister Tara's work, so you are exactly familiar with what we're going to talk about today. So, I'll give a brief description. So, here at the Robot Clinic, we offer IPL laser for skin treatments and laser diode for hair removal. We also remove cosmetic tattoos. Tara has looked after many artists over the last 25 years, some of which we are not able to disclose. To see a list of some of her clients, visit www.tarawellsacademy.co.uk. Tara has appeared on international TV as a brow artist and makeup artist. In 2014, Tara won the European Beauty Awards for an invention of eyebrow extensions, mashallah. Tara is an eyebrow specialist and laser specialist. Consultations are free and always advised, along with a patch test and full medical review. Tara has 25 years experience in the industry. So that's what we'll be talking about today, inshallah, and she'll give you more details about the services she provides. So, hi once again, Tara. Thank you for coming on to my show. It's always an honour to have you on board. So if you could just briefly, before we go on to about your business, if you could just tell us about yourself, what you've been doing in the past and how you got into this kind of work.
Well, it's my mum. She said from a very young age that I was good with my hands. So she said, you need to go into beauty. So from the age of 16, I trained to be a hairdresser, beauty therapist and aromatherapist. I was very keen because I actually did love what I was doing. And from the age of 16, I was doing photo shoots with magazines for Just 17. And I always used to offer my services out for free because I just loved what I was doing, and any opportunity was a great opportunity. And I was young, so money didn't matter when you're at 16 years old. And really, my strengths just grew year by year. As soon as I qualified for hairdressing and beauty therapy and aromatherapy, I actually got a job working for Benefit Cosmetics.
Wow.
And I was the first national sales manager at 20.
Wow,
so that's quite a big achievement for someone so young. And that was here in Nottingham that I got my promotion. And then really from there, I did so well. I grew the business nationally, big TV, QVC, so a lot of international TV programs selling beauty that way as well. And then I left Benefit Cosmetics and went on to other brands working for Harrods. So the 5 brands at Harrods were Mr. Mascara, All for Eve, Clarisonic, Dr. Murad, Leighton Denny, I think I've got them all, Clarisonic, I think I said that, but there was about 5, but it was literally a little bit of everything in the beauty industry that I'd made, helped develop and put into department stores and grow. And then it got to a point where I got to my second child and I thought, I can't do this, I'm traveling around the world, it's too much. So I decided I was going to go part-time and set up my own eyebrow brand, which I did do. I think it was about 9 years ago, because my son's 10 in January. So I'd literally had him and was like, can't do this, I need to be there for my kids. So the plan was always to be part-time, but that didn't really work because as soon as I developed these 4 simple products, the brand went from strength to strength, and then within literally 4 years, I was nominated for Beauty Brand of the Year, Most Innovative Brand of the Year in Europe.
MashaAllah.
I didn't attend because I thought, no chance. I've not even put myself forward. And then I won. So that was really crazy because I thought, yeah, it was just crazy. And then shortly after that, I was nominated for Inspirational Business Woman of the Year in 2006. So business didn't really slow down for me. My life just went, crazy, because then there were interviews with Vogue, Tatler, Marie Claire, lots of big magazines, and then my dad passed away, and that's when you have the reality check in life. Is as much as we try to slow your life down, sometimes it takes over you, life takes over you. But losing him sort of made me think, no, that's it now. I've given 20 years of my life to teaching, developing. It's time to sort of settle down. So me setting up in Nottingham, even though I'm originally from Kent, but I've had a clinic for 4 years, which is how long my dad had passed away. If I didn't throw myself into a clinic, I don't know where I would have been, to be honest with you. But it also gave me the time to work around my children, to be there for them, and do other things outside of work for them and for other people. So that's really my journey.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't think an hour was enough for yourself.
No, definitely not.
It's clear. Masha, at such a young age, and you've achieved so much. That is amazing. I'm sure, based on what you've told us and the listeners out there, you're definitely an inspiration for everybody. So, I mean, you would obviously you're into beauty, so you wouldn't know that you've got children. Masha, you look so young. But in terms of your business itself, I know sometimes it's a setback that obviously that occurs in your life, and it hits you for 6, and then. So like you say, it's a reality check. But in terms of your children, have they ever been a barrier in terms of affecting your work?
No, and they never knew what I did, because I've worked with X Factor, Hollyoaks, Only Ways Essex, Britain's Top Model. I've worked with a lot of A-listers, and it wasn't until I went to MTV in 2006, it got out into the press. And then that's it. It was like everybody knew, and I stayed away from school for 2 weeks because I didn't want everybody to hound me. But when I did go back, they were like, "Oh my God, we've got our very own celebrity." I was like, "That's why I never told you what I did," But then my kids were like, "Mum, why didn't you tell me what you did?" And I said, "Well, to you, I'm a beauty therapist, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what I do, So yeah, it's a bit crazy.
So listeners out there, there's me bringing our sponsor, and I didn't know she's a superstar. So you know what? I've got the honour of having a superstar on my show, yeah. So, guys, you got to remember. Apparently, we're recording this, yeah. So, hopefully, check her out on social media. So, what's your social media accounts?
So it's my name, Tahira Wells Academy. The clinic is the Rope Walk Clinic, and it's the same on Instagram and Facebook. It's the same sort of things. But once you go to one, you'll be able to go on to the others, and also the same on Twitter. So it'll be all over those social networks and be posted on YouTube as well.
So where's the location of your clinic?
It is actually on the Rope Walk. So I've got my own building there, and I've got 5 rooms, and in each room we do different things. So I specialise in aesthetics and semi-permanent makeup and laser. But my niece has recently joined as well. She's always been in the background helping with teaching, but she's joined in now to do more of the beauty side of things, so like nails, lashes, brows, hair, that kind of stuff.
Well, so you cover everything really, there's nothing missing there.
No, I don't think there is anything actually. I've also got a nurse practitioner who works alongside me, so there's a 3 of us, but I'm the main person that's usually there.
So do you have plans to expand, or are you happy where you are?
I can tell you something. I have travelled the world. I have done everything I possibly can in beauty, and I did expand. I had places up north, and like I say, when my dad died, I was like, do you know what? I've given so much of me to everyone that I never stopped to give myself anything. And for me, what I really, really love is I've never been a local. I've always been a national or an international. What's nice is that I'm now a local, and I'm getting to know my community more. And I can give back to the locals and to community, because that's really where my future I want to see, and for my children's future is. So no, I think I just want to do what I love. I've like I say, I've done everything. So when you've done everything in the industry, you have a choice which way you want to go. I don't want to grow. I want to be happy in the clinic that I've got with the clients that I've got and grow the clinic, but only at the Rope Walk, and that's it.
Tara is someone who I met for the first time at the Muslim Culture event because she had a store right next to me there. We had a chat and I didn't know anything about what she told me today. She's very humble, mashallah. So, I think, mashallah, she's achieved a lot, superstar status really. We really need to support her because it's like I say, she's always supported us at Greenmere, being here, and it's like I say, we didn't even know her background in that much detail and what she's achieved. So mashallah, she's such an inspiration for having achieved so much as a woman as well, because in our community, people tend to not give much status to women, but mashallah, single-handedly, she's achieved so much that a community of women wouldn't be able to achieve. So we really do need to support her. What's your contact details? In terms of booking appointments with yourself?
You can book online.
Online?
Yeah, you can just go to www.theropewalkclinic.co.uk. If you want to make appointments, that's the best way, because most of the time I'm in treatments. I don't have a receptionist. The receptionist is my online platform, so you can book online is the best way, or drop a text message, and then book in for a consultation. Consultations are free, and that's really the best way to do it.
So you wouldn't recommend anyone just popping in?
No, it's appointment only, and if your name's not down, you don't come in, I'm afraid. Wow. I have a buzzer system for the privacy of some of my high profile clients, and also for other clients that don't want other people to know that they're having something done. Not everybody wants what they do or what treatments they have plastered all over social networks. A lot of my clients are so fantastic that they do allow me to do that, but there are also some that don't want people to know, and that's okay as well. We don't have to share everything with the world of what treatments we have done. So yeah, social media is probably the best way.
Okay, brilliant. So it's like I say, if you're interested in that, it's the Royal Walk Beauty Clinic, House of Aesthetics Experts, and she's like I say, she's a winner of the European Beauty Awards, Artist Stars, and the MTV Brow Artist 2016. So it's like I say, looking at your advert on the calendar, you've got loads of treatments on there. So which is, you said, the bestseller that you have? And what's the cost of it as well?
Okay, well, eyebrows is always going to be something that's big. It's been big for 10 years, as long as I've been in the business, but it's evolved. So microblading is quite popular. It is halal because it's not permanent, it's semi-permanent. It eventually grows out, and it stays into the skin for anything between 12 months to 18 months. So it's not permanent, and that's where we have this thing about tattooing. If it's permanent, it's haram. If it's not permanent, it's not haram. And there's always a misconception, but I did have somebody come to me recently who actually spoke to a scholar about it because they didn't believe me. And I was like, well, that's good, because I want you to do your own research before you come into me, because I would never do anything that's not halal, because it's the only way to be successful in life.
But I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people will be listening thinking, well, it's not halal, so I'm not going to.
Oh, absolutely.
But now you mentioned it, and that someone actually went to a scholar. That clarifies everything in itself. And
and even the whole eyebrow shaping, because that was, even when I was doing it, I used to say to my mum, oh my God, Mum, I can't do this. Me and my family went on Umrah like a couple of years ago, and I was still like, I can't, what should we do, Mum? Do you know what I mean? And she said, listen, do you know where this actually comes from? And I said, no. She said, ask around before you decide you're going to stop your business. And what it actually came from was there were women who offered themselves out, who used to shape their eyebrows in a lifted manner to attract the opposite sex. That's where it came from. So of course, our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ would say, cursed is a woman who does her eyebrows, because they were a type of women. The majority of us are not doing it for that reason. We're doing it purely because we're losing hair, we haven't got enough hair, and we just want to put back what we've lost. And that's all it's there for. So, that misconception, I'm really pleased that we actually got to talk about that, because Islamically, I've done my research, others have done their research, and now people are starting to come in more for it.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that. Because like I say, if anyone ever has any questions about this, you have Tara's details now, so obviously you can go online. Can they message you online?
Yeah, absolutely. You can email me, and it's info@theropewalkclinic.co.uk. They can call in on the mobiles, normally easier. But there is a landline as well. But there's loads of different platforms of social media that you can go to.
Wow, it's brilliant. So Tara, thank you very much for coming in today.
You're very welcome.
What's in store for you for the future though? Any plans? events maybe or anything like that? So, and yeah,
Do you know, the thing is, I've never ever planned my life or anything. Never. I always take life one day at a time, and then whatever comes, comes, and whatever doesn't, doesn't. Every day's a blessing. So I don't really plan for the future. I only want to be as the best I can for each day.
Mashallah, see, you take it day by day.
Absolutely.
And leave the rest of Allah's hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mashallah, beautiful. So put you on the spot, describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay, so you can tell I'm passionate, I'm caring, and I'm honest.
Brilliant. Wow, there you got it. Such an inspiration she is for our community, mashallah. Thank you very much for coming in today, Tyra.
You're welcome.
And we hope that you continue to support. Oh,
I've got a surprise, I completely forgot. So
yeah, what's that?
I brought in some vouchers.
Oh, wow.
So there's £100 worth of vouchers here that I'm going to give to you that you can do like a competition as a giveaway for somebody. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's just another little way of giving back. And also, if anybody is listening out there, I've always supported Garemia because it's a great mosque, it's a great foundation, it's really good for the community, it's helped me, my family, also my clients and their families. So it's an investment in the future of our society. So if you are listening and you do want to invest, I definitely advise you to do that.
Thank you very much for coming in, Tyra. Such inspirational words, and we hope to see you again on my show in the future.
Okay, lovely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
No problem.
Cheers.
Thank you.